Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jambrew and welcome back to the Badge Patreon server. Happy New Year! Woohoo! Today we're going to be talking about Christmassy things and specifically going over what I gave for my Secret Santa this year, which is this way. Follow me. Ugh. It started raining. Right when I started recording. Isn't that typical? Oh well. So yeah, today I said after my Secret Santa was revealed to my Secret Santee that I would do a little follow-up video about how I made it and how it works and what the solution is, because it's a puzzle. So, if you don't know already, I had to get a gift for Keedeckagon, and he left a couple of hints on the Reddit, thanks to the thread that was up on there, where you could put 3 words, random words, any words, and I think his were beauty, blue, and puzzle. And I pretty much wrote off beauty straight away, because I thought I'm probably not going to have the time to build anything beautiful or do any of those amazing map painting things that some people on this server do. Frankie and Pie and Poppy and whatnot. Who else does them? T-Snow. Have the randoms done whatever? I can't remember. Anyway, I can't really do any of those. I really have the time or the skill. So I thought blue and puzzle. Maybe I could combine those two. And you know, it was winter time, Christmas time. What's blue? You know, well, ice in Minecraft is blue. Maybe I could make an ice puzzle. And then I had the idea, because I'm also playing a bit of Pokemon on the side, the old handheld games. I thought, hey, what about those sliding ice puzzles that you get in those that are always annoying? Maybe I could make a non-annoying version of those. So that's what I tried to do. And suffice it to say, I think from Key's reaction, I was very pleased with Key's reaction. He did not find it annoying. He found it pretty darn good. So welcome to Key's secret, not secret, icy grotto. All named Keedeckagon enter here. And me, because I made it. But by the way, Key, I presume you're going to be watching this. Feel free to harvest all of these lanterns and ice and all this stuff. This is all yours. So I left him a message. Oh, Key, what a terrible pickle. Santa is trapped at the bottom of this rather conveniently placed ice puzzle. The elves tried to free him, but they all got frozen and can't move. But perhaps they can still slide. Move the elves through the puzzle to reach Santa and save commercialization. Christmas. Elves may not move diagonally. Elves may not move diagonally. Key. Post on Reddit if you need reset. These tools may come in handy. Help yourself. So in here, Elf Dragger. There was an Unbreaking 3 fishing rod in there. An emergency puzzle repair kit and tools. So there was some spare elves. And by elves I mean armor stands. And I think there was a bit of redstone and ice and stone and stuff in there as well. And a Silk Touch pick, in case you needed to in case you needed to fix any of this ice without it breaking, and B, it was also an elf picker-upper, so that you could actually pick them up, because during testing I did find that the elves stuck to the ground, or specifically they stuck to the walls and the blocks in the puzzle occasionally, and I had to pick them up and put them down again. Now, by the looks of things in Key's video, and by the way, if you haven't seen Key's video, go to the description now. It's linked in there. Go watch that first and then come back. But if you're stubborn and you insist on not having watched that, he did not encounter that problem, I don't think. Or at least I didn't see it. So I was very pleased with that. So I got this idea also not only from Pokemon inspiration, but from Hermitcraft inspiration, because Doc and Etho have made their little sort of theme park with mini games and stuff, and they did a rather different puzzle to mine. It wasn't really a puzzle. It was like a game where you played against people, and it was like Hook a Duck, but Hook and Armor Stand, and they were bouncing between slime walls across ice, and it looked very fun and hectic. But that's where I got the idea and the notion that you can slide armor stands across ice, and it works on packed ice as well as normal ice, and you can move them with a fishing rod. So I created this sort of multi-level design for a puzzle where you got to slide not diagonally against these blocks to go down the various holes, and then you go down to the next level and you continue. Now, I must confess, having watched Key's video and then having come here myself, there was at least 2 minor errors on my part, and I'm very sorry, Key. I'm very sorry. This possibly impacted your ability to complete the puzzle without cheating slightly, which you did on several occasions. But you know. So at one point, Key dropped an elf down this hole, and it's quite obviously falls onto this block, and I did not notice at all. And in my planning out, and I've got a little Excel sheet and everything, in my planning out, I was convinced that the elf was going to drop down onto this square, and it was all going to be fine. But that was not to be. So, we'll take that. We'll put that there. And I think that solves the problem without making any new ones. So now it can drop here, and you can instantly slide it here, which is where it was supposed to be. So there you go. So that was error number 1. Error number 2 was that I didn't check the dragging equipment. It's the one thing I didn't check in creative or in survival or anything like that. I thought that a fishing rod with Unbreaking 3 would be plenty of durability to get through the whole puzzle, but it was not. They really don't last very long at all. And I haven't got Unbreaking on any of these, so these may run out very, very quickly. I haven't got tooltips on. The fancy tooltips to see what if I use it once? What about that? Oh, there you go. There you can see it. Oh, look, you see I've used 2 already. That was a silly thing to do. Anyway, so that was error number 2, and then there's possibly a slight redstone error on the bottom floor, but I think, I'm not sure, because Key didn't capture it working on camera, so I don't know whether it worked or not. But we'll talk about that a bit later. In terms of redstone, though, it's all pretty simple. Let's go up to the top, and I will talk you through the levels. So the top level, it's just an introductory level. It's just sliding. There's nothing more to it. You drag them out here. That's what this low-hanging icicle is for. You drag them out against that so that they sit here, and that's the starting location for all of these elves here. And then you just slide them, and there's 3 holes on this level. There's one down here, there's one here, and there's one here. Now I did provide all of the elves which you needed to complete the puzzle in the way that I intended anyway. And you would have to use them all. You'd have to use all 6 of these plus the 2 extra ones on the floors below. And you do have to use all 3 of these holes. So moving on, we come down to the second level. Second level, slightly more complicated because in the middle here we've got this wall of ice. It's effectively 2 different sections because you can't move from one to the other. 2 of the holes drop into this bit, and one of the holes from the floor above drops into this bit. And there's also this added problem in that there's a dud hole which is actually there to capture the water, because I introduced little water traps. I thought, how could I, other than having pistons lifting up and lowering ice blocks, how could I have a dynamic obstacle in the course? So I thought, water. So what I did is I created an instance where water falls down, flows in this direction, and actually it blocks one of the holes like that. And you flip the switch and pistons flick and the water flows in the other direction. And in this instance, it flows into this dud hole here. The slightly tricky thing being that this switch activates, I think about 6 different pistons all at the same time, something like that. Let's see it in action. Yeah, you see. So it's done stuff on this side and it's done stuff on that side as well. Yeah, 6. It's 6 pistons. There's 3 on that side, 3 on that side. So that was slightly tricky. At one point, Key did drop an elf down the water. That was never an intended solution. It worked for him. So good for him. But it was never intended to be like that. This is the floor where it starts to get a bit interesting. Because the holes on the floor above now drop you into 2 entirely separate bits, and they start to have issues of their own. Again, there's a switch that does stuff on both sides. So if we look at this side first, it does that. So there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Yeah, there's 4 pistons going on there. And over here, not only have we got a problem with water coming down that hole from above, so if you drop an elf down here, you've got to move it around before you change anything back up on that floor, because the water flows down here as well, and it'll just generally get in your way. You've also got a new water stream, which flows into this hole, which goes all the way down to the bottom level, and this hole, which rather sneakily, actually I'll just jump in now. Listen, it has a pressure plate in it, and that's what opens this. I provided these here so that Key would have a couple of elves shortcut, because as I developed this puzzle, it got more and more complicated, and I realized I was possibly making it a bit tedious, because you'd have to bring loads of elves down the same holes multiple times. Like there's one hole on the first floor which you need to bring 3 elves down, and then maybe you don't want to be doing it 4 or 5 times if you had to bring those down as well. So I just provided those as a little shortcut, because both of those go down the same hole into this part of the puzzle. Again, you want to sort out the water 2 floors above before you tackle stuff here. You want to make sure that that's not flowing. The water can flow down here, and it just flows straight down. And that one, I think, confused Key a bit, the water that was coming down here, but there is a reason to it. And then this one does stuff, just 2 pistons, and then on this side, another new little gimmick, nothing at all in the middle, just a lovely place to ice skate, and then these 6 separate things. Now, I had originally intended for some complicated redstone, or I don't know, whatever, such that only one of these could be up at any one time, and you have to sort of remember which switch brings up which block. But that was going to take too much time, and I thought it was a bit too complicated, so I just gave them their own switches. So effectively, you could just walk along here and turn them all on. But I just liked that shock factor of having an elf drop down and then you realise there's nothing to slide it against, and all of the holes are away from the outer walls. Anyway, we'll come back to that in a second. Moving on to the final... In fact, actually, let's just go up a second. I'll show you where that water goes. So if we switch that, that water drops. It drops. Aha! Aha! I don't know if that happened at all during Key's time in here. But I did say it could happen. This isn't perfectly lit up. Anyway. So this water, it drops down from here and it drops straight through this hole. This whole area in here is just a little bit of a red herring. In fact, that hole in general is a red herring because you're not supposed to drop an elf down it. You're supposed to leave it for the water. And then the water comes all the way down here, you see? And it comes down here and it flows against this block and then, oh my, look, there's a tripwire. What could that possibly be for with this water here waiting to flow into it and break it? So I think this water was down at the time that Key activated this block to fall. So, and he was on a different level. So we didn't see it, and I didn't see this tripwire activate. So I'm not entirely sure if the block that the tripwire is supposed to raise ever actually rose. I can't tell from Key's footage, but basically this block here, which is stopping the water from reaching the tripwire, is activated by this pressure plate and this pressure plate. And they're both from drops from the floor above. And once you've got an elf on both of these, there's a NAND gate, which is it a NAND gate? I can't remember. Some kind of gate that that drops this block, and then that gets in and it lifts another block. It's a bit, pointless. Why not just have two elves there that raise this block? Why have the water? But I want it to be a bit complicated. And then there's two more. Boop, like that. There's two more pressure plates here that do stuff in here, and the idea is that you do have to sacrifice two more elves into those pressure plates, and then the final maneuver is to get your last two elves onto those two pressure plates there, and then there's another AND gate that opens the door to Santa, to where Santa's trapped, or where he was trapped until he was mauled by a bear. So there you have it. So that's basically the thinking behind it, is that you sacrifice elves on pressure plate, pressure plate, pressure plate, pressure plate, and then there's two pressure plates on some of the floors above, and that leaves you two spare, which you put into those. So in the end, you've got 8 elves on 8 pressure plates. The puzzle is solved, and Santa is rescuable, effectively. So, what I think I should probably do now is show you how it's done, I suppose. So if I reset that, and if I show you the route you were supposed to take, and you can tell me if that was a stupid route or not, or whatever, You may look at this and decide, that was too complicated, I liked the way that Key did it. Well, that's fine. But, the intention was that you can complete this by moving in line with the rows of blocks and not diagonally or sliding elves down waterfalls and things like that. So I'll just take a sip of my drink. Lovely. And we shall get started. So, first things first, we will pull an elf off here. And where shall we take him? We shall take him to this hole here to start with, I think. You only need to drop one elf down here. So, what you need to do is grab onto him, pull him down here so that he hits that, The idea is also that the elf doesn't stop moving until it hits resistance. That was the idea. So there wasn't supposed to be any sort of calculated pulls where it stops halfway through, and then you can move it in another direction. But anyway, so you moved him there, grab a hold of him again, move him down to this block, and then you can see it's quite simple. You can move him all the way across, whee, and down he goes. And that's number one. That's elf number one. Let's get one in that hole. So let's pull another one off the rack. For that hole, let's see. You have to go this way into the corner. Then careful not to fall down the hole. Down to this block here. You can't stand too close to these. I don't know why. Maybe it's because you can put stuff on armor stands. I don't know. Anyway, you have to be a little bit of a distance away to actually get your hook on them. So now you need to pull him all the way along here, and then up here, and then across here. Yeah, I think I'm going to run out of fishing rod. And then down this hole. Whee! There he goes. That's two. Oh, look, he's fallen on the wall slightly. Okay, we'll reposition him when we get down there. Give him a little nudge. And you need 2 elves down there. But we won't do 2 right now. And then you need 1. For now, we'll just do 1 in this hole. Which means coming off the rack. And then you come this way, don't you? Yep. And that way. Oop, there we go. That's the first fishing rod. And then you pull him this way. And then pull him this way. Oh, and that's the other thing. I didn't mind at all when Key was sort of cutting corners. When he explained, you know, if I'm going to pull him here and then here, I might as well pull him diagonally into here. That's fine. It was the speculative diagonal moves which were technically not allowed. Across here, and then yeah, across here. Across here, and he's in. So that's how to get elves into the 3 holes on this floor. I'm just going to very quickly get the rest of these 3 elves where they need to be in position, ready to drop, and then I will join you on the next floor. And I'm back. So we're on the second floor now. We've got our 3 elves we've dropped. I've got the other 3 ready to go at the top there. So where do they go next? Well, there's a hole here, which you need to drop 2 down, I think. Is that right? Yeah, the 2 that you drop here need to go into there, and then this 1 here needs to go into there. And then the 3 that you drop down here, 2 of them need to go down here, and 1 of them needs to go down there where the water is. The idea being that the water is impassable, so you can't just slide it straight across there. So while this one is here, and it's not going to be affected by the water, no matter how many times we flip the switch, the water's just going to move in this L shape here. So we'll leave him there, and we'll just look at these 2 and the pistons that work on this side, and how you get them through. So this fella, you want to move up to here, and across to here. Then you want to flip the switches. Because now you've got some new blocks to work from. Then you want to pull him down. And then across. And I'm going to do Key's little trick and say you move him across here and then across here. So we'll just... Oh, that didn't really work. Oh well. I can't even cheat in my own puzzle. You move him down there and then across here. And you see the route is clear to pull him down this hole. Oh, we didn't quite make it. Never mind. There we go. He's in. Yep, he's in. He's good. And that's the only one that needs to drop down there. So what happens to these fellas here? You need this block here. So we need to switch that back. Pull them across here. Now you need those blocks in the middle again. Pull them up. Now you want to get rid of those blocks in the middle again. And you can pull him into the hole. Like so. So that's how those two get in. This chappy here. Let's get him into this hole. To start with, shall we? So the way you do that is I'm just trying to remember all of this. Pull them across here. And you pull them across here. And now that's common. That's a common move to get into that hole or that hole. So if you wanted to get him in that hole now, all you need to do is flip the switch. The water would go in there instead, and you'd have a clear path through. But we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to pull him into this corner. And then we're going to pull him into this corner. And then we're going to pull him against that block there. Against this block here. And in the hole. Ta-da! So that's how you do that. I will move all the elves I can down another notch, and then I will join you on the next floor down. You know what else I've just noticed? There's another error. I'm really sorry, Key. I made another error on this floor. Not only did I put a block here and have an elf drop right down on top of it, also the reason for these two duds here is that there's supposed to be water here, and I didn't put water here. I mean, it's not a big deal, particularly. It just would have been nice to have the water there as an extra obstacle, but oh well. I could put it in now. There we go. Okay, so there was supposed to be water flowing down there. And the idea is that you flip that switch and it changes direction. It either flows that way or flows that way. So in this direction, it blocks this off completely, and flowing in that direction, it blocks any of these blocks from being able to be used to move any elves around, which is important. And at the same time, it's also moving this water from side to side, back and forth. So we are now in the position where we've got 4 of our 6 original elves down, 2 waiting on the floor above for the spots to become clear, and we've now got the conveniently placed shortcut elves that are about to come into play. But first of all, let's deal with this side, shall we? This side that went so wrong. So 2 elves, I believe, come down this hole. There's one waiting to come down this hole. So what you do with this one, and the one that comes after it, is you pull against this wall here. You flip the switch. So that water's changed, and that water's changed. You grab hold of it. There we go. And it's a very simple drag to here, and then drag to here. Let's see if I can get it in one. Hey! I did a key. So you pull it down there, and it goes in there. Okay. This other one here was supposed to come down here initially. So in this revised version, that's the first move, is you pull it down here. And then, now that you've moved that water, you've also got this block here to push against. You see, it disappears. So you want that block. You pull it against there. And then you pull it into this corner. You only need to do this with one elf, I think, if I got this correctly. And then you need to move the water, because you need to be able to bring him up here. Yeah. Here. And then here. And then down here. Boop. And now you're free to pull them across. And then in. So there you go. That's 2 out of 3. The third one needs to come down here and across, except I can't do that yet, because to bring him down, I need to move that piston, and moving that piston brings the water down here. So I've got to deal with this side first before I can bring the third elf down on this side. So what do you do with these chaps here? Well, you need to release these 2 elves. Basically, what you're doing here on this side is you're effectively sacrificing 1 elf onto this pressure plate to convert it into 2 elves. Yeah? So whatever you've had to do to this, is it this elf? I think it's this elf. This elf to bring it down this far, I'm saving you the trouble of doing it twice. You only have to do it once and bring it here, and then these shortcut elves activate, and you can just get them down to the next level. So that's the whole point of the shortcut elves. I hope that is slightly clearer now. So first things first, this guy's very, very, very simple. He just goes in here. Whee! And that's it. That's what we need to do with him. This other chap. Oh, no, come here. Come here. Right, there we go. This other chap. Oh no, he doesn't go this way. What am I thinking? He needs to come here. And then over here. And then you need to flip the switch and move the water. Well, I don't know if you do or not, actually. He'll probably sink. I don't know. I've never tried that before. I've always assumed you need to move the water first, but seeing as the water will flow straight through it anyway, if I flip this switch back, you see, one of the wonderful things is that the armor stand isn't a block. It doesn't block water, so the water will still flow down that hole. But he's on the pressure plate now, and that means that this has come down. And what does that mean you can do? It means flip this again, and as I think he figured out very quickly, you can now pull them into here. Like so, like so, like so. And then number 2. Oh, you didn't come very far, did you? Come all this way. Thank you. I haven't got durability to waste, really. And I'm going to leave you there because your buddy's just down there. So that's how you deal with those. So let's go down and let's deal with the chaps that we've just put down here. Right. In the background, you might be able to hear some squishing. Please disregard the squishing. There are some slime chunks around here. Oh, Jesus, he's right down there. Oh, no. Get out. Get out. This isn't a swamp. Go away. No. You mustn't let them touch the tripwire. No. Oh, no. Key, you didn't have any of these problems, did you? I didn't see you have any of these problems. Oh well, I've got 9 slime from it now. Yeah, rather annoying. But once I'd started excavating, I didn't really have a choice to restart. It was getting quite close to Christmas. So I just had to deal with the slimes. Anyway, if the slimes are on the puzzle, do not disregard the slimes. But they do spawn underneath the puzzle as well. So, as you just saw, there's a drop straight down into a pressure plate here. And there's a drop straight down into a pressure plate here. And that's what does the whole tripwire trick thing. So, on this floor, this guy goes straight into here, I think. In fact, we will do that now. Boop. Oh my goodness. Key, I think you're better at this than me. There you go. You hear him fall onto there. Beautiful. And then you're supposed to get another guy in there. However, you're also needing to get someone onto here. So let's do that now. So you go here and then here. So let's just do that. And then put them here, across, and on. And what that's just done now is it's lifted up this block. And what that means is, if we go, oh my goodness, right, we need that one. So we haven't got any weighting on this floor, have we? Oh, we have, but it's the wrong bit. Actually, we can pull him down now. You can come down now. We need to go up again to this fella. This fella needs these so that he can go whoop. Hang on. Yeah, that's right. I just had to check. Just double check in my head. It's okay. He's got to come down, then across, and then down and in. But I'm not going to be able to do that in one because that block's in the way. Oh, for goodness sake, come on. There we go. So we got him. And we may as well drop this guy as well. There's nothing blocking him. No. Down you come. Right. So that should be this floor done. I'm just going to block that water off so that we don't have any more problems with it. Whee! Down we come. Right. So now we got another straight shot here. Like that. And then a relatively simple move here. Block that water. Hook him. Bring him over here. And I don't think that is clear yet, is it? No, it's not. Okay, we'll leave you there. Just got to remember we've got one elf left on this floor. Right, you see it's starting to take shape here. All the elves are starting to find their place. So as soon as we drop him into there, we are going to get the tripwire effect. So let's move him to there. Let's move him to there. Let's move him to there. And he's ready to go in. What about this person? I hear you ask. Well, he's got to come up And then he's got to come across all the way. Come here. All the way across. Long slide. Down. Across. Up. And then yeah, that's right. We need to come all the way across. Whoop. All the way down. Used the whole thing already. And then flip as a switcher. So we've lost that block to push him against there, but we've gained this block here to come across here. And because this guy is in the pressure plate here, we have this block here, so he can come across here. And now pull him in like so, and he's on the final floor. So that's one on that floor in a pressure plate, one on that floor in the pressure plate, one on the bottom floor in a pressure plate, one on here that's about to go through there into a pressure plate. So that's 4. Then we've got Mr. Free Agent here. We got 1 waiting up here, and we've got 2 here. Are you with me? I hope you're with me. Let's just flip all of these. I deliberately complicated the redstone so it didn't, so the switches don't activate. Well, they don't always activate the blocks that are directly next to them. I think you can complete this floor with all 6 activated at the same time. I think you can. We'll see. Let's find out together. So, there's 3 holes here, and you need 1 elf to go down each hole. So, 1 to come down here. Very, very simple. Along and in. There you go. It's on. Same, really. You need 1 to go in there, so pull him across, hits this block here, and pull him in. And he falls straight onto a pressure plate. Or he should do. He hasn't quite fallen onto a pressure plate. He should have done. So now we'll go up and get the last straggler. Come on, you. You're needed downstairs. There we go. So what did we block down here? We sent him down there. We sent him down there. Ooh. That zombie's near. And then we need 1 down here as well. Very, very easy. Flip. And go fishing for him and pull him across. And there you go. That's all 3 in all 3 of those holes. So if we come down here, you see it's now starting to take shape. Look at all these elves waiting to go in their respective holes. Piss off, zombie. So he should have fallen in there. So let's try and just pull him in. No, too far. Come back. Come on. There we go. Right, that popped up there. And also, you may not have noticed, but this popped up here as well. So that's 2. Now we need this chap needs to, let's see, he needs to come basically this way, yeah, this way, and then in this corner, and then in this corner, and then into the pressure plate here, and that block there popped up. I think that's all the blocks here. Yeah, you got your 2. These are the 2 that are going to slide into those end holes there. So all that's left now is we've got the flowing water, we've got the tripwire in place, We just need to drop this fella, and that'll drop this block, which will break the tripwire, and you will see a block, hopefully, if it's not broken, pop up here. So let's go do that. Unfortunately, I couldn't devise a way to do this such that you see the tripwire breaking, which is kind of cool. But the way it works is kind of cool, actually, in the redstone. Boop! You heard that happen. The AND gate or NAND gate or whatever it was activated. That block dropped. There's my tripwire hooks. There's my string, and then the pulse, and it's not worked. Damn it! Right, okay. Let's see what's gone wrong there then. Let's manually block that. There you go, there's another error. This worked in creative, so I want to know. Is it because the water is destroying the hooks as well before it's had a chance to pulse, maybe? Let's watch this. There we go. There we go. I think the water moves too quickly, and it destroys the hooks, and the hooks don't send the redstone current. That must be it, because during testing, I only used my hands to break the string. There we go. That's why that didn't work. We learned something today. There we go. I'm too darn clever for my own good. What should I have done? Solution to that would have been to move these tripwire hooks back and to put a dud hole here, and then the water would have flowed straight and it wouldn't have touched the hooks, and then we would have got our redstone pulse. And then there's a little circuit underneath here which turns the pulse from the tripwire hooks into effectively it's a switch. So there you go. I tried to be clever. That's why that didn't work. So there we go. We are finally left with elf on an upper floor, elf on an upper floor, elf, 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 elf. These are the last two elves standing. So where do you move them? This fella up here needs to come this way, all the way up here, and then here, and then the reason why this block pops up is so that you can do this and this, and that's why you needed this from the tripwire hook, and then you needed this one as well so that you could do that, so that you could do that, so that you can do that. Oh, got XP. That must have been from the zombie. That was quite well timed. So this guy, you need to bring him. Where does he need to go? Oh yes, of course. Of course, he needs to come across here, then across here, then across here, and then wriggle his way through here, and then the final long move into here. And there you go. Santa is free, except he's not. He's mauled by a bear. There you go. Oh, he's taken everything. Good, good. Good, good. So that's how it was supposed to work if all of the tricks actually worked. If I had put all of the water in and blocks in the right place and tripwire hooks that weren't destroyed by water. So in a way, it's not really your fault, Key, that you had to resort to diagonal movements and stuff, because I rushed this a bit. But I'm really, really glad you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. I'll probably add an annotation to the video or something to say, come to this time code in the video, so that I can say to you, if you want to tackle this without knowing the solution, let me know and I will reset it. Or, I mean, technically it's Key's present. Key can do what he likes with it. You can rip it up and take all the lanterns and ice away. Don't really mind. Yeah, do what you want with it. There's a massive area excavated. Oh, not that way. I need to dig another direction. There's a massive area excavated. I overestimated the area I need to excavate because I needed to fit in two big boxes of ice, and then on the upper floors there's only one box of ice. So there's a lot of wasted space here. So, you know, you could turn it into a base or something. I don't know. Do what you want. I will very quickly show you redstone. It's down here somewhere. Yes, here it is. Aha! Right. So, yep, here it is. Here's the NAND gate, basically. This is on until we've got the both pressure plates touched, and then it's off, and then this piston drops, lets the water through. Then this takes the pulse from the tripwire hook, and it does a clever thing. Can you see? Can you see? So it powers this block. So it turns off the torch, turns off this, lets a pulse through. And for some reason, I think the pulse is so short that this piston always ends up not extended, interestingly enough, and it just sort of flicks up and down again to lift the block and to pull it down again. I'm surprised, to be honest. I'm surprised that's slow enough to actually drag the block down again. But there you go. So yeah, I don't know what you call this kind of circuit, but it's a clever little thing. And then you've very much got the same sort of thing over there. Two pressure plates that power the Santa's door on the far end, and this great big pit in which you can spawn as many slimes as you like. And there's redstone and emeralds, and there's gold and iron in the walls. You mine away to your heart's content. Do what you want. So there you go. While I'm here talking about Christmas gifts, I may as well show you what I got from Key, because funnily enough, through quirk of fate, we got each other in the Secret Santa. So I will take you over to my base and show you what's what. Ooh, should we stop by T-Snow's new shop? Or Snowpig's new shop, should I say. I saw a picture of this on the Reddit. T-Snow, my friend, you need a road, either one side or both sides, to connect up to this lovely forecourt you've got here. You need to connect it up to the main road. This is really nice, really pretty. Even if there is a giant Squidward next door. Now open. Let's see what you're selling. Ooh. Please leave payment in place of items sold. Oh. Payments are equal to hash multiplied by. Oh, number multiplied by 1 diamond, 4 gold, 8 quartz. 1 per 3 stack. Oh, wow. So like 1 diamond per 3 stack of fish. Oh, is that cooked fish? No, it's raw fish. 1 per stack of puffer fish. 1 each for saddles. Do I need any saddles? Whoa. 1 per bunch. Whoa! 16 name tags for 1 diamond? Neat. I might get that. 2 per stack. Fireworks. I think they're more complicated now. We're in 1.11.2. I think they're more complicated. Ooh, Unbreaking 3. That's always a bitch to come by. There's some mending here. Some more Unbreaking and Efficiency 5. Ooh. I will assess what books I've got back at base. And I'll come back here. What's that? 10 per bow? Oh, they're Infinity Mending ones. Ones that we technically can't get anymore. I see. I see. Fair enough. Whoa, that's a really good one. Jesus, power 5, punch 2, Unbreaking 3, flame, Infinity Mending. Wow. I think I might have to get that. Hang on. Oh, yes. You've thought of everything. Jesus, I've only got 16 diamonds in here. I must have more backup base. Why is my so full of stuff? Right, what can I pay? 4 gold ingots. I'm going to pay 4 gold ingots. For 16 name tags. Because I love myself some name tags. I like naming my animals. I get through horses and donkeys at an alarming rate, but I do like to name them as I go along. And I will get that ridiculous bow with the 6 enchantments for 10 diamonds. I think that's probably fair, to be honest. I think that's very fair. Cool. Bit of retail therapy. On we go. And here we are at the server Christmas tree. Jambrew. I've cleaned this out already, but basically I had all this stuff. I had a Christmas stick butt, Happy Holidays from Pie, gingerbread from Cheese. Pyro gave me some neat stuff, which I'll go through in a moment. In fact, I've got some of it on me. Look, you gave me a Pharaoh mask, Pharaoh loincloth, golden sword. Let's wear this now. Yeah. There you go. Let's be a Pharaoh. Where did I put the rest of it? Did I put it in the post office? I might have put it in the post office. But perhaps the most awesome thing... Yeah, I didn't put it in there, did I? No, there's a beacon there. Why did I put that beacon there? I don't know. You're coming with me, though. We're going home. Here we are. Back home into desert. I'm going to do lots of work on this in the near future. But that's for another episode. Anyway, I came home around Christmas time to this lovely site in front of me. That's a lot of diamond. I feel like I didn't give Key as much diamond. Because the thing is, in my head, when he was, he's been doing his whole packing up and moving on and having a fresh start thing. So I didn't want to lavish him with too many expensive items, So in the end, I gave him maybe sort of a bit less than half a stack of diamonds, I think. And like 30, 40 blocks of iron and some goodies for llamas, and he got to keep the nice pick, I suppose, and he got a shield and an iron axe, which I enchanted with loads of good stuff, and I called it Axe of the Vindicator, because I think the Vindicator is the name of one of those new mobs in their new log cabins, whatever they're called, mansions. But anyway, it said to break. There were some signs here, and it said to break this first, so that's what I did. Open this chest first, and there's a reason I've left all of this stuff in here to show you. First of all, this is awesome, because I just never get around to fighting withers, so 2 beacons is amazing. Do these stack? They don't stack. Well, man, I'll put that in there. 3 beacons. So let's read this. Naughty or nice, Jambrew or Jambrew, which are you? With words like Keedeckagon, rhythmic, and Shamamajamo. These were the 3 words that I chose in the Reddit post. Keedeckagon, I think, relating to perfectly formed buttocks. I think that's what that means. I can't remember. I can't even remember what eurythmic is either. I forget. I just put 3 weird words down. And Shamamajamo is the Georgian word for like stuffing your face or something like that, or eating even though you're already full. Anyway, this Secret Santa thinks you're naughty, but alas, that's a problem for me, not for you. I considered the 3 words carefully and came to one conclusion. No freaking way was I going to be able to pull that off, except maybe Shamamajamo. In these chests, you'll find all the food you could gorge yourself on. Eat, eat, eat. It's delicious. Food, and you'll just feel the need to continually eat, I hope at least. I'm sorry I couldn't come up with something better, but I wanted to wish you a very happy Christmas, your Secret Santa. I encourage you to take down this gift immediately. Sometimes when a large object is left on sand, instabilities can occur. Well, yes. They certainly can. And then I looked in these chests, and oh my goodness. Bread for days, chicken for days, potatoes for days, raw potatoes for days, melons for days, pumpkin pie, and carrots, and beetroot. Amazing. Amazing. Yeah, thank you very much, Key. Don't feel at all like doing Shimon Majamo and a bunch of food was a cop-out. I don't think so at all. I think making that amount of food is a little bit insane. But I love it. And I certainly will not go hungry for a very long time. So I'll just pull all this up because he is right. Instabilities can occur. And I've still got those strange ruins popping up, which I suspect are something to do with the works of one Mr. Depp on this server. Anyway, this is a very nice present, by the way. With fancy floating diamond blocks that make it look like ribbons. So yeah, I think I got considerably more diamond out of this Christmas than I actually gave to Key. So Key, if you're ever short on diamond, just hit me up, man. I will give you some. Do not worry. I was holding off because I thought you wanted to live on the wild frontier for a bit. And then you give me all of this. Look at all this gold. I'm a very rich pharaoh. I'm a very rich pharaoh now. Whee. And in fact, I will show you the crowning jewel of that little gift package that Pyro gave me in just a second. Let me just get all of these. Oh my goodness, there's more. Oh my god, there's more. I didn't even see any of this. Oh my god, it's the Jambrew seal of approval. Oh, I didn't even look at this. I didn't dig any of those blocks up because I didn't want to move any of this stuff until you'd seen it all. Oh my god. That's amazing. Bit of sand, another book and quill. Oh. You didn't really think that would give you food, did you? That would be horrible of me. Never fear, I got you something that is irreplaceable. Your very own Jambrew seal of approval. I encourage you to plaster these wherever you wish. Be sure to make a copy first, though. Don't want to lose the priceless original. Secret Santa, sorry I couldn't actually give you a gift related to those words. That was just too difficult. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. This is superb. Apologies for the dots on the 2x2 map. There were some difficulties with torches and carpet. Rest assured this will be fixed and delivered to you in the new year. Wow. Secret presents. Secret presents within secret presents. I will slap these Jambrew seal of approvals everywhere. Don't you worry, Key. Oh, I'm so happy I caught that on camera as well. Amazing. Amazing. That is just terrific. My very own seal of approval and food to last me a lifetime until I go to my pharaoh's tomb. And speaking of which, these lovely clothes that Pyro gave me, the mask and the loincloth and the golden sword, they were all contained within, where did they put it? Put it over here. One of these beauties. Oh, a burial urn. It's my very own pharaoh burial urn. And this is all the stuff that was in my Christmas chest. So you got the diamonds, emeralds, gold ingots, got apple, item frame for your classic Christmas stick putt, and a bunch of other stuff, glass pane, gingerbread, mulled wine, and Bob's Christmas tree removal tool, Poppy from Poppy, gift tags. And oh my goodness, 43 stacks of diamond. Blocks of diamond. Wow. That is the icing on the cake. I can't believe I didn't think to just peek under. Hello, Mr. Skeletal. To just peek underneath the present. Ah. It was too subtle a hint for me in my dazed state when I was full of Christmas food and Christmas drink. I didn't think to look underneath it. Well, that's amazing. Key, do not worry. You have outdone yourself. And with the slightly game-breaking errors I made in the puzzle, I think we can definitely call it even there. Okay, well, that was what turned out to be a rather long catch-up episode of Christmas things. I hope you enjoyed. I certainly did. I will catch you in the next episode where we will do building and stuff. See you next time. Bye-bye.